Ta-da! Welcome to another Sunday session, and today we're going to talk about attitude. What is the right attitude? What is the wrong attitude? And is gratitude the attitude you should have? So this wasn't my subject thought of, but Mighty Muzz come up with this subject today, and he'll join us when he gets on. He said he was going to run a bit late, and I thought I'd hold off a few minutes for him, but here we go. This is how it is. So gratitude, got a lot of stories to tell you about why gratitude works or what the correct attitude is, and classic stories of being a good sportsman and how I've passed that on to my young fella, whether through, Murray said he'll be in 10. All right, so I'll talk for 10 minutes. Being a good sportsman, passing those skills on to our children about not being involved in team politics, whether you like the person or not, if they're on your team, reconnected, good. All right, if they're on your team, doesn't matter, you kick to them or you handball to them or you pass, flick the hockey ball to them, whatever you're doing, right? It's a team sport, and everyone who's wearing that jumper on that day plays for that team, so you do the teamly thing. So my son set some great examples yesterday, and I was able to watch his hockey game because it was before my footy game, and there was time for me to go do that. So as a good parent, you go and watch your kids play sport when you get the opportunities. And work wasn't the excuse. I was going there anyway, and that's not the excuse. Being present for our kids is the right thing as much as we can. So you don't use work as an excuse to not go to your kids' sports or carnivals or stuff like that, because that's the wrong attitude. So 2 seconds, I'll just have myself a drink of this high quality H2O enhanced water. So and as I've done in other weeks, played for the opposition team, put their jumper on and played like I was playing for my team. And then go and run water for the A grade or run boundary for the A grade. Do the team things that helps the sports day as goes on. So my son is picking up on these sort of things. And yesterday he displayed a fair bit of sportsmanship, which his coach felt like she needed to send a text message to me this morning on how proud she was of that. And then on the back of that, because it's his first year in hockey, his listening skills on the field, she's telling him where to go from the side of the field, trying to coach kids, flick the ball this way, that way. This person get on the post, this person go further in, this person come further back. Getting the kids the skills. So, wouldn't be me coaching. But, the kids are listening. Most of the kids listen. And the coaches sees this. So, and then, it's just a really proud dad moment today when I got that message this morning from the coach to say, well done to Jack, which I then went and read to him to go, well done, mate, that's a good display of sportsmanship. And what he did was, remembering from the weeks before when he did goalie on a hot day, he made sure the kid that was in goalie this week had his water bottle at every break. So he picked the water bottle up out of the bucket and went straight to the goalie to make sure that the goalie had water. And watching this, I thought, that's a good thing. But for the coach to point that out, that she was really proud of that, made it even better. So, that's the right attitude to have as a team sports person, is everyone does their bit. You don't always get what you want. Like, I don't always play in the position I want on the footy field. I get put on, and that's where I play, and I give my best. And whether that's good enough for the team or not is a different story. But it was the same when I played for the other team. They said, where do you want to play? I said, I'll have a go here, I'll have a go here, I'll have a go here. And I gave it my everything to give that team something, and it made a game out of it, a fair game out of it, which is fine. Well, we're having fun with connection today. I hope I'm not dropping out too much. It's good to teach that to our kids, because fair in sports, Well, we're wondering how the connection's going. It keeps blipping in and out for me. I wonder if it's working for you guys. Fairness in sports transfers to fairness in work. And leadership in sports transfers well to leadership in work. Just because you are the captain of a sports team does not mean everyone has to listen and respect you. But for you to be a leader and earn that respect from them, for them to listen to you, to then encourage the team, is a good thing to bring from, say football, to work teams. Because it's the same. We're all trying to achieve a goal, whether it be win a game of footy or put a crop in. So the discussions you have and the way you speak to each other, respect, gratitude, positivity, stuff like that, creates a good work atmosphere. And that also transfers through in online business. So when I talk to people about, they go, so what do you do in this online business? I go, well, I have a bit of fun with it and I'll make a few videos and I talk about the products that we use. And, product number one is the water that I drink and make kitchen bench cleaner and degrease the windows and stuff like that with the other one. And there's heaps of things I do with the water that comes out of that machine, as well as the Anespa in the bathroom that I love so much, because there's nothing better to get the blood, sweat and tears out of the beard is a better description. The skin off the knuckles. I'm healing up a bit now. We're getting through seeding that there's not so much blood, sweat and tears involved. It's just dust and sweat. But the advantages of those water modifiers in my life have enhanced my life because of how they work. So not only the reionisation of the water, releasing the hydrogen which gets absorbed in my body better, creating me hydrated so then I'm not grumpy. If I'm not hungry, thirsty, I'm not grumpy. Everyone gets to that hangry stage in a day and in life, and you can do that. But if you're hydrated and then you're not hangry, you talk to your teammates different. You're calm, you're happy, and then that's the attitude that they carry. If I go to footy training and I'm hungry, thirsty, kids have been giving me the shits and whatever, go there, fucking kid, fuck, ball, fucking kick this, rah, and no one want to kick to me, handball to me. They don't want to play with a bloke like that. Frustrated as I am, that's not the attitude to have. But if I turn up and I go, Jack's having an afternoon about it, and he's frustrating me, but hey mate, you want to kick at the football? Let's have a few practice kicks before training. And all right, I'll go stand at the front of the group, and because I'm the older person, so it's not my job to do the running around. It's part of my job to support the team, particularly in training drills. If they need someone to volunteer to stand out the front and kick balls at them or handball at them and do the drills where they've got to practice these skills, it should be my turn, because when I was a young fella, there was guys my age, and they know who they are, they're club legends now, who would do those things in those drills. And it's not just dependent on the coach or the assistant coach to do all the work for the guys out the front. So they've got to get their fitness too, because they're playing top grade. So that's how it is. And staying hydrated. In between this little break, I'll get back on the tractor in a minute after this. So a lot of this attitude shift I've created from reading a book called The Magic. It is not here, it is in the lounge room, where it should be, part of a daily practice. I do that sort of subconsciously and naturally now, but for a while there I trained myself by doing the 28-day gratitude practice, and you do some writing down and you do your 10 things, and there's some little things. So up, where is that little grey thing just there? That's the magic check. So that is out of the book that I've taken a photo, printed out, and written on the magic check. It's a gratitude check, you know, money magic and all that stuff. So changing energies, vibrations and stuff like that. So if you understand vibrational frequencies, you know, music is a classic example. You can have upbeat music that can make you feel excited. You can have high drum things like hard rock stuff that can make you feel angry, or it can just make you feel excited. There's no direct influence between what it makes you feel, but the more rhythm, the frequency that it has tends to lift your frequency. Your body matches it for the, you know, the energy output. Where if you have a low, slow thing, you have a calmer frequency. And things like love have a certain frequency, and gratitude have a certain frequency, where hate has a lower frequency, and sorrow and all that sort of stuff. So to change our mindset is to have gratitude, to change our attitude. And if you have the right attitude for most situations, I'm not perfect, I'm not an angel, not by a long shot, right? But I make an effort to be that slightly happier person where I can. So when I go to footy training, when I go to places, there are times when I display happiness. And then sometimes over the last couple of weeks, there's been some situations where I'll have to put my grumpy hat on to defend my young fella and stand up for what is right, as far as he goes. Because we've had some glitches in the little system as far as going to the next school and where we are in this step. So that is that. Don't know how much more I can waffle on. Muzz, are you here? Saw someone else jump on. So waiting for Muzz, and we'll discuss more about the attitude. We could talk all day about it. Feel free to leave a comment as you're watching. I can read them. So that's all the fun thing. If you love the beard, say so. If you want to know how to grow one, ask me. I've got a few tricks on how to get through stages of, you know, short beards to long beards. And no, it's not all those. I'm not affiliated with some bloody beard oil or some magic system like that. It's none of that. Simple off-the-shelf stuff. Good quality water and staying hydrated is a good way to do it. So, and you know, I like my beard, and I'm keeping it, and that's the attitude I'm having about it. So, you know, we can talk about attitudes like I don't know if you people can read this magic sign in the background here. About intelligence is the ability to adapt to change that you can't read because it's behind the trophies. So, and even that's a great attitude of gratuitous stature, that having the ability to change to a situation, whether it be, like me last week, having to defend my son, or, you know, did some other phone calls that took my time, which I had to be respectful to get a desired result. You know, and then going to footy training, talking to kids coaches about certain behaviour, and then, you know, all this requires a certain attitude. And if you can do it a grumpy way, you can do it a nice way, then, and generally the nice way gets a adaptive result, because you go to a discussion with an idea of what result you want, and then there's a discussion which becomes a negotiation about what the result might be. So that is the ability to adapt to the change of the discussion and whatever the result is going to be, not attaching too much emotion to it. Because we can over-attach emotion to comments. You know, people call us names, and that we, you know, as kids have to learn this one. So people call us names. People call me names all the time, but I don't care. right? I've learned not to let any of those names bother me. There was names I had in high school that I didn't like, and that bothered me a lot, which created an attitude. Wasn't a good one. But then after high school, went into the big wide world, and that name was left at high school, and I didn't bring a lot from high school into the big wide world. But there are lessons learned there, and there are lessons learned in the job circles that I've turned, different industries that I've worked in. Haven't always been a farmer, haven't always worked in ag. So there's lots of different skills required for different industries, but the attitude in customer service is still very similar. If you're trying to sell something, you need to have a connecting. We're back again. Let's hope that works. Maybe because someone is streaming in the lounge room to playing games with his sister. So that's a great thing to do, to be able to be hundreds of kilometres apart and play an online game with a sibling or a friend. That's a great privilege. But having he's done some good work this week and some big efforts. So he's had the right attitude. He's put some more effort into tidying up around the house a bit more and doing his own washing and making his own lunches and stuff like that, putting his big boy pants on. So that's the right attitude as far as growing up's going. And I'm happy to let him try, make mistakes, guide, because you have to learn somewhere. And why not? If he wants to, if not, and that's probably probably one of the difficult things as a parent. And the attitude with that is, you are training your replacement. You do their washing until you don't have to, because they do it. And then you cook for them until you don't have to, because they can cook. So, this is the right attitude to have. So, I don't know if you've noticed, but the light changing, and that'll be the sunshine outside. Must be some cloud cover rolling over. So I might go and grab a quick lunch and get back on the tractor, and we'll call that a beautiful day. So we've had a discussion about attitude, and I hope everyone's learnt something, and I will say the magic words of thanks to the farmers that grow the food. You guys and girls are all wonderful. Thanks to the truckies of the world that transport all their goods around the world. And thanks to the service people and veterans that have protected our way of life and fight for our freedom. So thank you. Peace out. Have a good one, people. That's me for today.